Dolphins suck.
And Dolphins suck.
Whenever you calm down, man. Jesus Christ. Hi, and welcome to the Super Bowl edition of the I Formation. I'm Jeff Gibbons.
And I'm John Moist.
Well, we're finally here. Bittersweet, isn't it? Last game of the year. And I can't help but think on Monday how sad it's going to be not to be able to tune into a Monday Night Football game for another several months. But we've come a long way, and we're down to two teams that will determine who the champion is and will hoist that Lombardi trophy. We're down to the New England Patriots from the AFC. And, of course, the Seattle Seahawks, who are the incumbents right now. The champions that are going to try to repeat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what do I think?
What do you think?
Well, I looked at this game from a lot of different angles. And looking at Brady here, he's going to be under a lot of pressure, and so is Wilson. A lot of people are saying this game is going to be won on the ground. Who's going to do the most rushing here? I don't see a lot of running being... LeGarrette Blount is... one of the best in the game, believe it or not, on limited reps this year. He is number one in the NFL on yards after contact. So he's much like the same type of runner that Lynch is. Although Lynch has ran the ball 4 times as much. So he is the better running back here, and I think that he's going to get his yards. I think what's going to go on here is that New England is going to put... they're going to want to have 8 in the box to try to stop Lynch. It's going to leave... one-on-one coverage open some of them receivers, and you might see a guy like Javon Curse come out of this big. Russell Wilson get some passing yards, a lot more passing yards than what people are expecting. With New England, Brady was very confident after last week's blowout win, or 2 weeks ago's blowout win of over the Colts, and really he does not want to let his ego get overinflated here. Jeff?
Wouldn't you say that you would think that Tom Brady will be under a lot less pressure than Russell Wilson most times during this game? I think you were saying about pressure. We certainly need to address that.
Yeah.
Also...
Perhaps take that overinflated ego and deflate it a little?
Yeah, I think that Seattle is going to take the wind out of his sails, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It'll bring it down to, it's a fine science, I think.
Yeah.
And we all know that, all this whole talk of everything going on. Geez, where are all these footballs coming from? I don't know, man, but this one's pretty soft.
Yeah, it's not sure.
Hey, a Nerf ball.
We only got we pretty much only got one football that has the most air in it. I'd say we got a dozen here. 11 of them are bad, I'm sure.
That's a pretty nice catch.
Yeah.
You should put that one in your pocket. Yeah. Awesome. I agree, man. That or everything you said there, I don't know how you said all that without breathing. That was pretty impressive. You're right. I think that Russell Wilson just a couple of games ago had an incredible quarterback rating. A little bit more behind the scenes in the last win, but what an incredible win that was to to dethrone the Green Bay Packers. Looked like they had that one in the bag, right? But of course, a great game all around, and I think it's almost a storybook kind of thing. I saw actually this video online from the eyes of a Seahawks fan when all this was happening. That was a pretty neat 4 or 5 minutes. It was all.
That was when Barry put it up.
Barry put it up, yeah.
I think so.
Good old Granddad Barry.
Or was it Paul? One or the other.
I can't remember who it was, but both of them will be waiting with bated breath this week. I'm pretty sure that both quarterbacks will have a pretty firm hold on on the game this week, and that there won't be any room for I guess less than a high pressure situation.
Yeah, and Marshawn Lynch is going to show up for this one.
Marshawn Lynch shows up for all of them, but you know what? He's, like I said, he's just here right now, between now and then, so he doesn't get fined. Maybe. Yes. Even our bat needs a little bit of air, man. Did you hear that? Yeah. It was kind of funny, you know. Would have liked to see the Green Bay Packers play. In some respect, I would like to see the Packers play the Patriots, because then Hans and Franz could have pumped you up. That would have been fun to watch too. But let me tell you, I'm very, very stoked about the Seattle Seahawks going back. I got the hat that I bought last year in front of all the Bronco love. But I just think, and we're both on the same page this time. I think that we know that, you know, I'm pretty sure that Russell Wilson and the entire Seattle team will leave an impression on the New England Patriots, and it'll be a positive impression.
Brady himself might be a little deflated after
Absolutely, man.
Right now, believe it or not, the game opened up as Seattle as a favorite, and the Vegas line is now showing that New England is a 1-point favorite. It's a sway there. A lot of people put money on the Patriots.
Yeah, but the confidence interval on that is about 11 out of 12, I think.
Yeah.
And I would be sure that you know, the pressure to bet one way or the other will swing back and forth. You know, it has a lot to do with the surrounding pressures.
Well, obviously, I disagree with the Patriots being a favorite here. I mean, you got defending champions coming in against the Patriots. Yeah, they got a great team. They might even be able to keep this one close. But when you're talking about players, Gronkowski is one of the main reasons why New England is where they are. He's a great tight end. But he's up against Cam Chancellor this time. And Cam Chancellor is probably the biggest tight end in the NFL. So he can match Gronkowski in size. And Gronkowski's going to feel a few big hits. I don't see Gronk getting any more than 50 or 60 receiving yards in this one. Chancellor himself, I think the Seattle team has given up about 40 yards per game to tight ends. And
I don't see it the same way there. I think this is going to be a blowout. I really do. And getting away from all the hyperbole of what's gone over the last week or two, I think that, and I've said this before, I remember making these same kinds of statements last year with the Seahawks getting ready to play the Broncos. Now, I never would have dreamed in my wildest dreams that it would have been so lopsided it was last year, but I see the same potential this year. And I truly believe that NFC defenses win championships over AFC offenses. And that has always been the way in my liking. I know Brady has had a lot. He's got an impressive resume. Certainly, you know, it's pumped up quite a bit. But at the end of the day, you're right. We're looking at the best defensive lineup that has ever played football. And I'm numbering that amongst things like the Steel Curtain, you know, and I mean, we think about the Bears, right, the 85 Bears. I mean, this is an incredible defense through and through, you know, and just looking at some of the names, Wagner, Chancellor, Sherman, you know, and the list goes on. Thomas, we can't forget Thomas. And look at how versatile he is. I mean, he's even, you know, been on receiving teams. He's done special teams work. And I think Pete Carroll has that whole team believing in themselves and believing in him. And I think that they're going to go out there and it's going to be a similar type of carnage as last year. And we've seen Brady get into games where he gets hurried, where he makes decisions, you know.
Seattle has a better pass rush there.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's going to play right into their hands.
New England does have a better offensive line. There's no doubt about it.
There's no doubt about that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I see that defense trumping that offense.
Yeah, the secondary is just, you know, like I've said time and again, and like Jeff just said, I think it's the best secondary to ever play the game. I mean, you're looking at Chancellor and Thomas. You got Sherman, and a lot of Richard Sherman haters out there. I'm really not one of them. I think I used to be. I used to be a Sherman hater, but I started watching. It's like a game within a game with him. He comes out and he tries to put the opposing team, get him angry, put him off guard a little bit. Like, the reason I'm not a Sherman hater is because he walks the walk. He goes out there, he calls himself the best tight end in the game, and he goes out and proves he's the best tight end in the game.
I'm
Ranked number 1 right now.
I'm not a Sherman hater. I walk the walk. It's a nice night for a walk the walk. That's really cool, man.
He calls himself the best, and he proves he's the best.
And I remember saying, I always liked Sherman, and I remember making that statement even when he got in Brady's face. I mean, we agreed to disagree on that, but he's grown in the role. He had a little bit of a cowboy coming up through, but like I said, you're right. He's proven it. And when you look at those offenses that stay away from him, I mean, that in its own self is shows the respect that Richard Sherman has earned in this league.
And I have a couple statistics there also that Willie knows me.
Why am I not surprised by that?
Surprised. Sherman has given up 1 touchdown this year. That was Green Bay. And opposing quarterbacks that have thrown Sherman's way, when they throw Sherman's way, they have a rating of around 37. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not even the temperature. Not even core temperature of the body, or just about that.
Yeah. That's
pretty low. And we've seen some pretty impressive displays, like I said, no doubt. And we're in the heat, where equipment shouldn't come into play. I'm pretty sure that, everyone's been schooled about ineligible receivers and eligible receivers, hurry-up offenses, gameplay. It'll be a little bit more of a level playing field, which will mean it makes it more difficult for the Patriots to secure the victory. I saw a really cute meme yesterday saying that the NFL officially adjusted the score for Deflategate, so they had 45-7, and then they crossed out the 45 and had 44. So I mean, there's something in that as well. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that I had those balls, but at a different PSI.
You're talking about guys like Jackson, and who else came out and said that? I think it was Allen, and Colts came out and said that we were just beat by a better team, and the Colts themselves came out and said that. But we're talking about defenses here, and we really haven't given the Patriots their due, because they also have the number 2 ranked cornerback in the league in Darrelle Revis, and they also have Browner, who used to be a Seahawk, on the other side, and that's one heck of a secondary as well.
No doubt.
And now 8, when they put the 8 in the box, I think you're going to see Seattle. I think you're going to see a little bit of a surprise here from a player that you haven't heard a lot about. Maybe someone like Luke Wilson, tight end for the Seahawks, someone like that, show up and maybe catch a key touchdown.
I wouldn't say that he hasn't been heard from this year. Yeah. And we've heard enough about him to know that he has 2 L's in his name, which is a first start. Okay. I mean, he's played really well, and he has come up with some key plays for them this year. Okay. But you're right. Still,
just comparing him to Gronk.
Absolutely. We're comparing him to Gronk. He's not even on the radar from that perspective. Yeah. But you're right. I think this is. But I still think at the end of the day, their defense will have a better time. The Seattle defense will have a fare better against the New England offense than the reverse. Yeah. No doubt, good secondary out there. But let's remember, Wilson is also a threat to run in the pocket. Yeah. He has that, and Marshawn Lynch is really hard to look past that. I guess we'll suffice to say they'll try to run on that team.
And Vince Wilfork has come out and he said that Marshawn Lynch is the best running back that the Patriots will play this year, bar none. He said that. He came out and said it. And it's right. Lynch breaks tackles like nobody else. So he's going to get his yards. There's no doubt about it.
More yards than words.
Yeah. But when we're talking about the great teams, we just have to keep going back to that Seattle defense, and just phenomenal. And I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Jeff does. I think it's going to be maybe a one-score game, but I can't see Seattle losing it.
And here's the thing with Seattle. I mean, the reason why the secondary to me doesn't make a whole lot of difference with the New England Patriots. I mean, Revis, and then we got Browner. But here's the thing. Mm-hmm. Their success won't be out wide. I mean, you look at the receivers that the Seattle Seahawks have. Baldwin, Curse, Wilson and tight end. These guys are not big play guys down the sides. We're not going to be looking to exploit those corners. They're going to work inside. They're going to find up the middle. They're going to look at those short flares. They're going to, post patterns. And
Wilson
of course,
gets his yards.
Oh, I think Wilson gets his yards. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, New England is incredibly strong on the outside in the secondary. So You know, well, we know that, so we're not going to throw the ball there. And they're going to have to deal, like the Will Forks of the world are going to have to deal with inside. Yeah. And that's where the game is going to be won and lost in my eyes. And I think that the defense will be as effective as, it's so effective against the New England Patriots that frustration will set in, and then you're going to see the turnovers. And Seattle will win the turnovers.
Cliff Averill in the trenches.
Yeah, I'm going to say that this is a 14-point game.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it being one of the trenches on them front lines too. I agree. Yeah.
So, all jokes aside, folks, it's been another incredible year. Mm-hmm. We are getting ready to settle down this Sunday and watch the last game. We are going to try to stay a little bit active during the off season this year. We're going to look at some theme shows. Maybe even throw some bloopers at you. You never know what we might see in the off season.
We'll probably, and I was hoping me and you would get together to come up with and John will get together for the best of show. The best players from this year.
See, how are you going to jam all of that into a 20-minute show?
Well, it'll be longer than 20 minutes.
Awesome. Yeah, we never know.
Best players of this year at their positions.
I think that's a great show too. I think what was it you said last year? You were very what's the word?
People love that shit.
Yeah, people love that shit. People put that shit on everything. It's like hot sauce, man. Okay, yeah. We just want to thank everybody who's taken the time to watch us this year and who's given us positive feedback. And not so positive feedback. I mean, we get a little bit of everything. Yeah. We want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to enjoy what we send out to you and what we enjoy doing for you. We're going to try to come back again and do this again next year for the season. But certainly, we want to send out some kudos to all the people that helped us along the way. Yes. Just to mention a few, certainly our our producer John, who had a great year for us. And I'm getting used now to the laugh tracks and all the other stuff he's putting in and all the little things, and I'm sure I've given him something to give this week already. Paul Loader, who's helped us with graphics. Quickly. People that, some of the people out there, I feel like it's Romper Room now. I see John and I see, certainly Graham, Albert.
Those people that have been very active in...
Paul, you're out there, you watch us every week. Thank you. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. And this is what this is all about. And this is something we wanted to do for a long time. And we're 3 seasons in now and gaining a little bit of momentum. Hopefully we can keep that over the summer and we can roll this into something a little bit bigger next year.
And we got some really new guys that have been very active in commenting on the site. We're just, of course, we appreciate everybody who watches, but we feel like we should mention a few people that have been active in commenting, like Steve as well, and also Joe Fitzgerald.
Joe Fitzgerald, yeah,
has put his words out there quite a bit, and Barry Flynn has been talking about
Darren Darren the list goes on, folks. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, but I mean, we see this. And also,
we're definitely forgetting people, but
Corey, you put some stuff out there for us too. Yeah. We're not just naming random people here, of course.
You know who you are.
That's right. Thanks again, and. Keep an eye to the...
James Ash, too.
James Ash, I upset him a couple of times this year, for sure. But that's it. Yeah. And Perry Burke.
If we start trying to remember everybody, we're here for weeks.
Right.
So
that's right.
Thanks, everyone.
So keep an eye on the Facebook page this year. We're going to continue to post as things come along, but you'll see it'll be a little slimmer, but certainly... hopefully now you'll all come back for next year, and just keep an eye for some theme shows that we'll post. So
you mentioned Paul Cicero too, did we?
I did mention Paul. Yeah, but we'll mention Paul again.
Good feedback.
Yeah, that's right, because it is, and we appreciate
every both positive and negative. So appreciate it.
That's right. Yeah, we do appreciate that. And I went out on a limb on the Colts last week, buddy, and I know that you schooled me on that and you told me that. But, at the end of the day, it would have been really freaking cool to have my 2 teams in the Super Bowl, so I had to follow through.
Yeah, that's right.
So here we are, and it's no big secret we're both picking the Seahawks this week. Some will disagree. I know, and you know who you are. We got some pretty ardent Pats fans that watch us. Ryan Galway, you're out there too. I haven't forgotten you.
Steve's out there.
Steve, right? Yeah. So, I know we're going to agree to disagree. We do that most times because I'm a Dolphins fan, certainly. Yeah. But Enjoy the game, folks. I mean, I think that no matter what happens, what the score is, I think it's all about getting together and enjoying it, you know, with the crowd and having fun, and just don't do stupid things, folks. Don't drink and drive.
That's right.
Respect the game and continue to do that. I mean, make good choices.
We're going to make picks for Super Bowl MVP. Just throw them out there now.
Well, if you want.
I'm going to go with Russell Wilson.
Can you tell this is unscripted today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think Lynch is going to get it going. I'm going to go with Marshawn Lynch.
Okay, I'll go with Wilson.
Yeah, no Patriots.
No. Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch. There we go.
We never let poor Johnny join in any Patriot games. All right. I can't believe I just said that. What a way to end the season.
What the heck does that mean?
All right. Anyway, folks, thanks again for making the I formation your choice for information.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again real soon. Enjoy the Super Bowl. And like I said, respect the game. Don't drink and drive. And
Thanks for watching.
yeah, well, until next time, it's good night for me.
It's a good night from him. Have fun.